where every journey reveals a hidden wonder.
Imagine stepping through towering vermilion gates into a world once reserved for the mightiest rulers of China. Here, the air hums with the echoes of imperial decrees, silent footsteps on ancient stone, and the whispered intrigues that shaped the fate of a nation. This is the Forbidden City, a place where history lingers in every courtyard and grandeur is etched into every beam and tile. For centuries, this city within a city served as the beating heart of an empire, a stage for power, beauty, and secrets. Today, we embark on a journey into its storied past, exploring how this magnificent palace complex became the ultimate symbol of China's imperial glory. Nestled at the very center of Beijing, the Forbidden City, known in Chinese as Zijincheng, stands as an enduring testament to China's dynastic might. For nearly 5 centuries, from the reign of the Ming dynasty in 1420 to the fall of the Qing dynasty in 1912, it was the seat of imperial power. Within these walls, 24 emperors ruled, governed, and shaped the destiny of one of the world's oldest civilizations. Covering a staggering 180 acres and boasting more than 980 buildings, the Forbidden City is far more than just a palace. It is the world's largest and best-preserved wooden architectural complex, a marvel that has survived the rise and fall of dynasties, wars, and revolutions. Let's begin by unraveling the architectural genius and sheer scale of the Forbidden City. Every aspect of its design is a masterpiece of traditional Chinese architecture, meticulously planned according to the ancient principles of feng shui and cosmic harmony. The palace's main axis runs unbroken from south to north, with the most important ceremonial buildings, like the Hall of Supreme Harmony, the Hall of Central Harmony, and the Hall of Preserving Harmony, lined up in a majestic procession. These are more than just grand halls. They are the celestial spine of the Forbidden City, each symbolizing a pillar of imperial rule. The numbers alone inspire awe. More than 8,700 rooms, encircled by 10-meter-high walls, and a vast moat 52 meters wide. The rooftops, gleaming in imperial yellow glazed tiles, catch the sun and broadcast the emperor's authority across the city. Yellow was the color of the emperor, signifying his unique place at the heart of the cosmos. The walls, painted in deep red, radiate happiness, prosperity, and celebration. Every feature is steeped in symbolism, from the dragon motifs curling on the beams to the placement of each stone lion guarding the gates. The entire complex is an expression of absolute power and cosmic order. A palace designed not just to house an emperor, but to affirm his role as the Son of Heaven, ruler of all under heaven. For nearly 500 years, these guarded gates were closed to all but the chosen few. The Forbidden City was aptly named. Ordinary citizens were strictly forbidden from entering this sanctum of power. Only the emperor, his family, trusted officials, and a select retinue of eunuchs and servants were allowed within. Inside these walls, emperors would preside over court, receive foreign envoys, and orchestrate elaborate ceremonies that displayed their divine right to rule. These rituals were more than political theater. They were sacred acts that linked the emperor to the heavens and the ancestors, reaffirming the legitimacy of his reign. Each emperor left his mark on the palace, commissioning new halls, secret gardens, and private shrines that reflected his tastes, ambitions, and fears. The Forbidden City is, in many ways, a living timeline of Ming and Qing history, layer upon layer of brick, wood, and lacquer, each telling stories of triumph and tragedy, wisdom and excess. Yet, behind the imposing grandeur and strict formality, the Forbidden City was also a home, a place of daily life, quiet joys, and hidden sorrows. Within the inner court, a world apart from the ceremonial halls, lived the empress, concubines, and hundreds of eunuchs who managed the palace's daily affairs. Here, power was not always obvious. Instead, it played out in whispered alliances, subtle rivalries, and the constant pursuit of favor. Imagine the empress in her private quarters, surrounded by attendants and lavish screens. Concubines, their fates tied to the emperor's attention, awaited the chance to be summoned. Eunuchs moved silently through shadowed corridors, their soft steps muffled by thick carpets, to preserve the palace's stillness. Servants rose before dawn to sweep courtyards and prepare intricate meals, ensuring the imperial household functioned with seamless precision. The emperor himself, clad in robes embroidered with dragons and clouds, might wander through secluded gardens, seeking respite from the burdens of rule, or consult ancient texts in a study lined with jade and gold. The rhythm of life in the Forbidden City was dictated by centuries-old rituals and superstitions. Each day began with the striking of drums and gongs, signaling the start of court sessions. Festivals were marked by elaborate banquets, dances, and firework displays. Even the smallest details, where a vase was placed, how incense was burned, carried layers of meaning, believed to influence luck, health, and fortune. Cultural symbolism saturates every corner of the Forbidden City. The dragon, emblem of imperial power, is omnipresent, carved into thrones painted on ceilings, woven into silks. Stone lions, mythical beasts, and phoenixes perch on rooftops, standing guard against evil spirits. The number 9, which is the highest single-digit number in Chinese numerology and symbolizes eternity, is repeated throughout. 9 rows of nails on palace gates, 9 mythical animals on roof ridges, 9 bays between columns. These motifs do more than decorate. They reinforce the emperor's supremacy and the spiritual protection of the palace. Within the Palace of Heavenly Purity, emperors conducted state business and received ministers. In the Hall of Mental Cultivation, decisions that changed the fate of a nation were quietly made. The Imperial Garden, with its ancient cypress trees and rockeries, offered a rare sanctuary for reflection and solace. Each space tells its own story, whether of loyalty and wisdom or intrigue and betrayal. Yet, the Forbidden City's history is not just one of splendor. It has witnessed coups, fires, and even invasions. During the late Qing dynasty, foreign armies occupied the palace, and priceless treasures were lost or stolen. Still, the palace endured, weathering the storms of revolution and change. When the last emperor, Puyi, abdicated in 1912, the palace's era as an imperial residence ended. But its new life as a living museum had only just begun. Today, the Forbidden City is celebrated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, drawing visitors from around the globe who come to marvel at its artistry, its scale, and its enduring mystique. It stands as a living symbol of Chinese civilization, a bridge between past and present, where the dreams and dramas of emperors echo through the corridors. Yet, as breathtaking as its grand halls and gardens may be, the Forbidden City still guards many secrets. What hidden chambers lie behind locked doors? What mysterious rituals were practiced by emperors in the dead of night? How did this once shrouded city open its gates to the world, transforming from a symbol of exclusivity into a treasure shared by all? We have only just stepped through the Meridian Gate, barely scratching the surface of this imperial marvel. In the next chapter, we'll delve deeper into the Forbidden City's mysteries, uncovering the hidden rooms, unraveling the superstitions that shaped daily life, tracing the fate of lost treasures, and discovering how this forbidden realm finally became a gateway to China's cultural heritage. Stay tuned for more as we journey further into the heart of the Forbidden City, where every stone and shadow has a story to tell, and where history lives on in splendor and secrecy. We have crossed through the Meridian Gate, once reserved only for the Son of Heaven and his ministers of state, stepping into a world that was for centuries shrouded in secrecy and reserved for the most powerful figures in Chinese history. But the Forbidden City guards secrets far beyond what meets the eye. Secrets woven into every brick and corridor, echoing the thousand-year saga of China's imperial past. Let us continue our journey, unraveling the mysteries of this enigmatic city within a city, where every footstep carries the weight of history. Behind the imposing vermilion walls, the Forbidden City is not merely a palace for emperors and their retinues. It is a labyrinth of hidden stories and unsolved mysteries. There are rooms that have never been unlocked since the fall of the last dynasty, their contents left to the imagination. Deep beneath the surface, it is said that a network of underground tunnels connects the major palaces, serving as secret passageways for the emperor and his closest confidants, or as escape routes in times of peril. Legends abound of treasure chambers sealed away since the Ming era, caches of gold, jade, and priceless artifacts, rumored to be guarded by complex traps, and perhaps even by the restless spirits of those who once served the throne. Some historians believe that entire sections of the palace, particularly in the outlying areas dedicated to ancestral worship or the storage of ancient relics, remain largely unexplored to this day. Tales persist of the Yin-Yang Pavilion, a mysterious building where Taoist priests were summoned by the emperor to perform rites of exorcism or to commune with the spirits of the departed. Whispers tell of recurring dreams experienced by those who spend the night in certain chambers, dreams so vivid and unsettling that even the bravest caretakers refuse to sleep there after sundown. Whether these stories are the echoes of old fears or signs of something truly uncanny, they add an intangible layer to the mystique of the Forbidden City. In 1925, a new chapter began for this ancient stronghold. The Forbidden City, for centuries off-limits to all but the imperial family and their closest officials, opened its gates to the public as the Palace Museum. This was more than a change of ownership. It was a transformation from a symbol of imperial exclusivity to a beacon of cultural preservation. Today, the Palace Museum stands among the world's most visited and expansive museums, housing over 1 million artifacts spanning the Ming and Qing dynasties. Wandering through its halls, one encounters delicate ink paintings, majestic porcelain vases, imperial costumes, dazzling dragon robes, and ornaments crafted from the finest jade and pearl. Each object tells a story, not just of opulence and power, but of craftsmanship and devotion to tradition. The museum is not only a repository for relics, it is a living center for research, architectural preservation, and the revival of traditional Chinese arts. Expert conservators labor to restore faded lacquer, re-gild dragon motifs, and maintain the iconic golden roof tiles, now using cutting-edge technology, from lasers to environmental sensors, to ensure that the Forbidden City's legacy endures for generations to come. But the significance of the Forbidden City reaches far beyond its bricks and treasures. For the Chinese people, this palace is not merely a historical monument, it is a spiritual symbol, the embodiment of Chinese civilization's heart and soul. In the ancient science of feng shui, the position of the Forbidden City is no accident. The palace sits precisely on the north-south axis of Beijing, aligned with Tiananmen Square, the Temple of Heaven, and other sacred sites, forming a cosmic line that represents harmony between heaven, earth, and humankind. The Z, purple, in its name refers to the North Star, the celestial residence of the Jade Emperor, ruler of heaven in Chinese cosmology. By anchoring the palace at this symbolic center, the emperors placed themselves as mediators between the heavens and the earthly realm, ruling over all under heaven from a sacred seat of authority. The Forbidden City was therefore not just the administrative heart of an empire, but the earthly counterpart of the divine court above, a place where rituals, politics, and cosmic order converged. Within these walls, history unfolded in ways both grand and tragic. The silent stones witnessed coups and conspiracies, triumphs and tragedies that shaped the fate of a nation. In the shadows of the palace corridors, eunuch Wei Zhongxian orchestrated a bloody coup, seizing power and instilling an atmosphere of terror that shook the court. The mysterious circumstances surrounding the ascension of the Qingji Emperor, still a child when he took the throne, have fueled centuries of speculation. The death of Empress Dowager Cixi, one of China's most formidable figures, remains cloaked in uncertainty. Was it natural, or was there more at play? The Forbidden City was the stage for the last act of imperial China. Here, the boy Emperor Puyi was enthroned in a golden palanquin, only to witness the collapse of the dynastic order. After the fall of the Qing dynasty, the palace that had once been his world shrunk to a gilded cage until he was finally expelled and became a commoner in a new republic. The transformation of the Forbidden City from the heart of imperial power to a public museum is a story of resilience and reinvention, a microcosm of China's tumultuous journey through the modern era. Today, the Forbidden City draws millions of visitors each year, all eager to walk in the footsteps of emperors and courtiers. Entering through Tiananmen Gate, Visitors cross the marble bridges over the palace moat and step beneath the imposing Meridian Gate. This was once a place of solemn announcements and, at times, grim executions. Beyond lies the Hall of Supreme Harmony, the grandest building in the complex, where coronations, weddings, and state ceremonies took place under the watchful gaze of golden dragons. Behind the main halls, the Imperial Garden awaits, a tranquil retreat filled with ancient pines, sculpted rockeries, and pavilions where the imperial family once strolled in private contemplation. This verdant oasis offers a rare moment of serenity amidst the bustling city, its beauty enhanced by centuries-old cypress trees and intricately carved stones. For those seeking the most breathtaking view of the Forbidden City, a climb up Jingshan Hill, an artificial mound built from the palace's excavated earth, is a must. From here, the sweeping panorama of golden rooftops stretches out in all directions, the vastness of the palace set against the modern skyline of Beijing, a stunning juxtaposition of past and present. Planning a visit to the Forbidden City requires some preparation. The museum is open from 8:30 a.m. to 5:00 p.m., closed on Mondays. To truly appreciate its grandeur, set aside at least 3 to 4 hours to explore its main highlights. Comfortable walking shoes are a must, as are respectful clothes. Short skirts and shorts should be avoided, especially in sacred areas. Be sure to visit the Hall of Supreme Harmony, the Hall of Preserving Harmony, the Hall of Imperial Peace, the Imperial Garden, and the dazzling Jade Gallery. Daily visitor numbers are limited, so advance ticket booking through the official website is recommended. For an enhanced experience, audio guides and virtual reality devices are available in multiple languages. Ultimately, the Forbidden City is more than a palace. It is the ancient heart of Beijing, the soul of a civilization that has endured for millennia. It stands as a testament to the vision and artistry of generations, a time capsule crafted in brick and stone, incense and memory. Whether you visit as a traveler, a history enthusiast, or a lover of architecture, you will leave with a sense of awe and perhaps a touch of reverence for the secrets that still linger behind those crimson walls. The Forbidden City endures, eternally poised between the mortal world and the divine, waiting for each new visitor to uncover its timeless wonders.